We'll wait for some attendees to come in. We've got them. Oh, they're starting. We've got a couple with us. Hi, everyone that's joining us today. Thank you so much for coming. We are going to just hold off just a moment to accept the attendees that have been waiting to come in. If you can hear me and see us, can you please raise your hand? Thank you so much. We'll hold off just another moment. Okay, we'll go ahead and get started. Welcome and thank you for joining us for this fall's Professional U. My name is Brooke Hammond. I am the Employer Relations Coordinator at the Career Success Center here at UNF. This event is one of many offered by the Career Success Center designed to assist students with preparing for their future careers. To view the remaining scheduled sessions that will be offered through the end of this week, please visit our website, of which I have provided in our chat box. Next week, the Career Success Center, in partnership with the Career Management Center in Coggin, will also be hosting the virtual Osprey Career Fair on Tuesday, October 6th from 3 to 6 p.m. using the Handshake Career Portal. We'll also be hosting the virtual Diversity Mixer, which will be held the night prior to the Career Fair on Monday, October 5th from 7 to 8 p.m. also on Handshake. For this session, we will be monitoring both the Q&A and chat boxes for any questions that you may have for our guest speaker. These questions will be brought up at the end of the presentation, so don't be afraid to post those questions for if you have them. Now I'd like to introduce our speaker, Jessica Lumpkin, a career counselor with the Career Success Center, who will be presenting on the topic, Got a Major, Now What? Thank you, Jessica.
Thank you, Brooke. Hello, everyone. I'm going to get my, start sharing my screen. I'm going to get that situated. Brooke, I don't think it's not allowing me to share my screen. There we go. Thank you. All right, so, all right, hopefully everyone can see my screen. So I am Jessica Lumpkin. I am a career counselor in the Career Success Center with the College of Arts and Sciences. And so today we're going to be talking about got a major, now what? So some of us know exactly what we wanted to be since we were 3 years old. We were in the book studying, ready to go, like, yay, I know what I want to be. Others may not necessarily had that idea and kind of had like no clue. However, you just chose a major maybe simply by closing your eyes and choosing a major. You know, whether you know or not know what you want to be, the other thing is when you find yourself in those two situations, either knowing the major that you want to choose or not knowing the major that you want to choose, but choosing it anyway, sometimes you may get caught in the feeling of like in the sophomore slump, kind of being caught in two directions and not necessarily knowing which path to choose. And so either way it goes, you have this major and now it's trying to figure out what is that next step. What do I do next? You know, and so that's what this whole presentation is about. So I want to transition a little bit and I want you to listen to the words to this song/spoken word, and then we're going to expound upon it a little bit.
Wake up, get your cake, man, it's morning time. Get your pens and get your paper. Don't forget to draw in between the lines, cause the major that you majoring in don't make no money, but you won't drop out because your mom will look at you funny. Cause there's no way that you're jumping out of college. I mean, your whole family will look at you like you're a joke. Even if I pen dreams in my notebooks, man, for my bad notes, I'm supposed to be right here. I'm supposed to put down the notebook and pick up the career. I'm supposed to put my dreams in the back seat and put my car in 4th gear, heading towards that bright future, and all that starts here.
So heading towards this bright future, all that starts here. You know, she said a lot of things that may have resonated with some of you, you know, choosing a major, not completely sure if it's going to make money, thinking it make money, you know, maybe feeling overwhelmed with classes, you know, maybe you're frustrated and maybe you're contemplating like, should I drop out? Should I try something else? And you know, your parents going to give you that side eye if you try to do that. So, you know, even embarking and knowing that, you know, in a couple of years that I'm going to have to enter this world of work, you know, or you may even be like, I'm excited about entering this world of work and I'm ready to hit that bright future. The whole point of this presentation and this program that we developed within the College of Arts and Sciences Career Success Center is Sophomore Swoop. You know, when you first started freshman year, you were super excited. And that's the whole point that we want to do. We want to keep that momentum going from freshman year. So we design programs and we design presentations and events and, you know, and help you develop those career readiness skills and those professional development skills to help you keep that momentum going from freshman year, to understand thoroughly what your major entails and how you can connect that to the world at hand and be successful in it. So it's a celebration. Celebrate, you've declared a major. And so now we're going to figure out how to declare a plan with that. Okay, so celebrate, smile, and you may be feeling all those other things, but it's okay. It's normal. It's completely normal to be here and feel a little overwhelmed. But that's why we're here to help you. So there are 4 phases in the career planning cycle. And I know if you look at the circle, it can kind of seem like it's supposed to go like one after the other, but you can be in multiple phases at the same time. But what you have to understand that it always starts with self-assessment. Self-assessment is the first step. It starts with yourself and it also ends with yourself. So ask yourself this question: have you evaluated and explored your interests, your personalities, your abilities, your values, and personality? Have you really thoroughly looked at those different things? You have to know your VIPs. And VIPs, I mean your values, your interests, your personality, and your skills. So when you look at your values, what are the things that is meaningful to you? How do you define meaningful work? Is it helping others? Is it working with children? What's meaningful to you? What are your values? Your interests is like, what makes you happy? You know, some people like to take long walks on the beach. You know, others like learning information and reading books. Others like spending time with their family. You really want to do something and know and understand what truly makes you happy. The other thing is your personality. How do you describe yourself? A lot of us really enjoy working with others. Some of us may not like to work with others. So are you introverted? Are you extroverted? Those are the things that you need to know, because you want to make sure whatever that next step is, that it fits your personality. The next one is your skills. What do you do well? You know, some of us may be really good in math. You know, other of us may be really good at writing papers and researching. You know, so you really want to choose a major that's going to highlight that. And also you want to, whatever major, you want to make sure that you're able to connect it to careers that are also going to highlight your values, your interests, and your personality and your skills. So even in knowing your values and your personality and your skills, you really want to understand what success actually is. A lot of times students think, once I enter college, I'm going to shoot off and I'm going to just keep going and I'm going to be amazing. You know, you're going to be in kindergarten. Once you finish kindergarten, you're going to set your life goals. You're going to be the top of the class in high school, and you're going to move more towards your goals. Then you're going to graduate from college and bam, I'm raining in the dough. I'm making it rain. I'm getting my cake up. Actuality, it doesn't necessarily look like that. It looks like this, you know, and it can be a little disheartening to see, like, oh my gosh, this doesn't look that way. But if you look at it, the line eventually straightens out. And what happens in here is chaos happens. You know, life may happen. You know, uncertainty may happen, failure may happen, but these are all things that happen as we progress towards our goals and towards the things, and this is completely normal. Something may cause you to step back. Maybe you may not pass that class that you thought you should have passed this semester, and maybe you got to take it next semester. And the only thing, as long as you keep moving forward, eventually you're going to hit your goals, and that's okay. The other thing is you're learning about yourself. Who you are now, being 18, 19, 20, is not going to be the same person when you're 25, 26. And every day we're evolving. Every day we're learning new things. And those new things help us evolve into who we are. And so that's what true success actually is knowing who you are and being secure in who you are. And if you find yourself looking at me like, oh, I don't really know who I am, that's a sign that you should come in and meet with a career counselor like myself. My whole job is to make sure you're successful. So I help you connect your major to meaningful career options. I give you advice. I support you. I also walk you through and help you make something tailor-made for you, not necessarily a cookie cutter approach, because everyone's different. Everyone's outcome is different. Success for me may be completely different than what success looks like for you. And so you really want to come in and meet with a career counselor to definitely make sure that you're making that best next step for you. The next phase in the career planning cycle is career exploration. Career exploration is, have you identified and researched suitable career options? So have you really took time to say, okay, I'm majored in biology, that's my major. What can I do with this major? Or I majored in history. What can I actually do in this with this major? I really enjoy it. You know, I really have majored in psychology. What can I do? And if you find yourself with that question, then that's a sign to you that you need to take time to research. And so when I say research or kind of understand what that is, it means really undergoing like a reality check, essentially. And so you really want to weigh out the pros and cons, and you want to evaluate how well does this career or this major fit me, and what can help you do your research is, the ONET is an excellent site to help you get more information. The Outlook, Occupational Outlook, which is the U.S. Department of Bureau of Labor Statistics, give real life data and on careers and how well they're growing within the community. My favorite one is What You Can Do with This Major, which is a great resource. And it helps you look at areas that you can work in. Also, it shows different employers that hire it. And then the great thing about it, the part that I really like this resource, is because it gives you actual strategies that you could be doing right now, tomorrow, to help you be forward and be marketable for that career. All of these resources are available on our website. So if you go to our website, then you click on Career Exploration Resources, and you'll see the little tile boxes. And if you click on that, it will take you directly to where you need to go. So really taking time to research and thoroughly understand what you can do with your major and how that works together. And when you're looking at what you can do with this major and you have the information and you made sure that you thoroughly understand all the options that are available to you for your major, you want to go back to self-assessment. You want to go back to that first step of who you are. And you want to make sure that those things match together. And when I say match the thing, you want to date yourself. I don't know how many times I've seen, like, especially in reality TV shows, sometimes it's just interesting, like how people marry at first sight and all these other things. It's just like you didn't really get time to get to know this person, and then you're wondering why you have all these issues. When you date somebody, you want to make sure that they're the right one. You want to look at, making sure that your interests and your hobbies and, how many kids do you want to have? You want to make sure all of those things there's some type of compatibility there before you just jump in and, want to and move forward to the next thing. And the same thing should happen when you're choosing your major and choosing your career. You want to take time to date yourself. You want to see who you are and see how it matches up with your career exploration. So looking at your interests, how does your interest align with your career targets? What are good occupations that fit to make you happy? Transferable skills. Looking at your transferable skills and then looking at job functions. What are the skills that employers are looking for? Do I have those skills? Do I need to develop those skills a little more? So you want to make sure that your skills match the job function that you're looking at. Your values, how you define meaningful work. You want to make sure that aligns with the workplace. What type of environment support your values? If you really enjoy working with children, or you enjoy helping children or helping people in general, does that workplace support that value? And then your personality, how you describe yourself. Does that fit in the company? Does the company allow you to have self-expression? Are you an extroverted person? You really like talking and engaging with people? Then you may want to make sure that whatever company that you choose, you want to make sure that aligns with your personality. So when you're looking at self-assessment and you're looking at career exploration, you want to make sure both of those things come together, and that creates career compatibility. That is the thing that we want to happen. So we want self-assessment and career exploration to come together, because when it comes together, you're able to move on to the next phase in the career planning cycle, which is decision making. The decision-making part is, have you selected job targets connected to the discoveries of your self-assessment and your career exploration? So when you're looking at decision-making, it's really important to understand how you make a decision. There are a lot of different things that can inhibit our, us making a decision that we may not be aware of. So you want to know your decision-making style. So do you think things through? Do you plan it step by step, before you make a decision? Are you leap before you look? I'm just going to jump out there and just take a dive. Whatever I land, that's where I land. You may be a little impulsive. Do you just follow that? Do you get that gut feeling, and do you follow it? You let other people kind of decide for you. You let other people make that decision for you. Do you avoid thinking and making that action? So you keep putting it off and like, I'm gonna wait, I'm gonna wait, I'm gonna wait until the point that you have to do it without waiting? Do you kind of leave it up to the universe? You're fatalistic, it's up to fate. However the stars align, that's what's going to happen. Do you get overwhelmed with the details? Like, I just want to make a decision. I don't want to get into the details, just whatever I need to do. Fear, fear can also just drive your decision-making style, and then just defaulting, playing it safe. So I want you to look at all of these 9 different decision-making styles, and I want you to write down your top 2 decision-making styles. So think about your top 2 ways, and if you want to share with everyone, you can definitely put it in the chat. That way we can kind of see, and kind of be interactive and see what are your top 2 decision-making styles that you find yourself into. I know me personally, I'm a person that kind of plans things out, like even down to like what I want to eat. Sometimes I'm like, oh, all right, I had sushi last night, but I had this, and I really kind of overthink it a little bit. So I know that sometimes I overplan, but also I know sometimes I play it safe. And I try to choose a decision that plays it safe and defaulting. So what is your decision-making style? And as you're writing down your 2 decision-making style, I also want you to think about 3 decisions that you had to make recently. It could be down to what you ate. It could be, you know what, I decided not to go out partying this weekend. I decided to stay home and study. It could be, you know what, I just decided to go to my mom's house and give her some love. I want you to think about 3 decisions that you made recently. And as you're thinking about those 3 decisions that you made, what was the decision-making style that you used? It could be your top 2. It could have been another one. So to think about those. Is there another decision-making style that could have been better? Maybe you should have thought it through instead of just using your gut and just jumping out there and doing it. Maybe you decided just to jump out and try spicy food and realize I shouldn't have done that because I know I have really bad indigestion. Could be something like that. And what is the decision-making style that you typically use most often? And what is the one that you use less often? Understanding your decision-making style really helps you understand how you make decisions from day to day. Can also help you understand your career. Because if you're a gut feeling and you get a gut feeling in your gut, like maybe I shouldn't choose this major because if I choose this major, then, everything I read, I may not make any money and I'm just going to follow my gut and do it. Or, it may be, you're reading what other people are saying, or maybe your mom is saying, you know what, you should be a doctor because your dad was a doctor, and you're kind of leaving it up to someone else to kind of make that decision. You really thoroughly want to understand, because understanding your decision-making style will help you make a better decision, especially if you know it's one that kind of can inhibit you from making the best decision that fits your research, that also fits who you are. Another thing that can impact your decision-making is your external and internal factors. And when I say external factors, I'm talking about things outside of who you are. And when I say internal factors, I'm talking about those things within us. So your external factor, like even we're talking about, kind of letting, being compliant and letting other people, maybe your family expectations. And, maybe they have an expectation for you to be a doctor or be a lawyer, so maybe that may be something. Maybe some cultural stereotypes that you're trying to live up to. Maybe, survival needs. I need to make this amount of money in order to live or maintain the comfort of living that I have now. So you definitely want to understand those external factors that you may have. And then your internal factors are those things that you kind of tell yourself, or things that you kind of like have within your brain, or those preconceived notions about who you are. You may have a lack of self-confidence, maybe not believing yourself. That may be something that you may want to kind of talk with somebody to kind of work out. Maybe you have a fear of change. I've been doing this the same way all this time, and now you're trying to tell me to do something different. I don't like change. The fear of failure, fear of the unknown and failure kind of go hand in hand, because you don't want to step out because you don't know what's going to happen next. So you really want to understand those internal and those external factors, because that's only going to help you move forward to make better decision making when it comes to your career. The next phase in the career planning cycle is career implementation. Have you started to gain relevant experience towards your job target? I don't know about you, and it's maybe I may be dating myself, aging myself a little bit, but when you think about Dora the Explorer, which I did watch when I was a kid, Dora the Explorer, she explored everywhere. She was like Bonomo, she was going all over the place. And I want you to be like Dora the Explorer. I want you to explore the world. I want you to try options and gain experience. When you try options and gain experience, it's only going to help you better solidify your choice and better understand and making sure that that choice that you're choosing for your career and that's your major, it's only going to make you be more secure in it and more have a stronger foundation. That way if somebody comes to you like, oh, why are you majoring in history? They don't make no money. You're going to be in a van down by the road. They're going to be like, no, I know I can do this. I know I can do that. I know I can do that. So they'll give you more confidence to defend your major and also show that love to your major. And so how you do that, you can explore Handshake. Handshake is UNF's online job portal. You know, it's littered full of opportunities as far as volunteer opportunities, working part-time, full-time jobs, part-time jobs, the whole nine. And so it's really full of information in that portal that can really help you. Also, if you join clubs on campus, there's lots of clubs on campus that can also help you move forward in gaining experience. Conducting research with professors is also another one, and then also studying abroad. I want you to look at college as a holistic experience. Most times we kind of get caught up on just going to class and then maybe hanging out with your friends afterwards. But most time, if not all the time, your experience is just as important as your degree. If you look at a job description, right up under that job description, it's going to ask 1 to 2 years of experience, or sometimes it has experience equivalents to a degree. So you really want to be like, how do I get that experience? I can't tell you how many students I have had come to my office, you know, the day of graduation, the day after graduation, and are like, well, what can I do with this major? Because I really don't know what I could do with my major. And so you really want to take time to thoroughly understand who you are. You want to take time to understand what your major can actually do, research it, get those options. You want to understand how you make decisions. And then you want to make sure that, okay, now that I know all these different components, how do I implement this? How do I move forward into understanding who I am and putting all these components into play? And you put all these components into play by jumping in and gaining experience, trying options. And the good thing is, if it works, yay, like, oh my gosh, I really love this. And if it doesn't work, it's still a yay, it doesn't work. Now I'm going to find something else. So you really want to take time to explore and gain experience, because it's only going to help you move forward and help you move forward towards that career that you're looking for, embarking on that next world of work. Also within career implementation, you have your resume and cover letter. So you really want to make sure that the experience that you're gaining, who you are, the skills that you have, the things that you're really good at, those are the components that you're going to put in your resume. So you want to make sure that you have stuff to put in your resume. You know, I can help, our center help students formulate their resumes and put their resume together. However, I can't give you the content. You have to come in with the content, and you get the content by going to class, doing good in class, but also gaining experience, whatever that may look like for you. The other thing is interviewing skills. We do numerous interviewing skills and mock interviews in our office to help students be able to talk about their skills, talk about what they have to offer employers. So if you find yourself looking at me like, oh, I don't really know how to talk about it, or give tangible examples to display my skills, definitely come in for a mock interview and we can help you with that as well. Also networking with other people, talking to other people. Think about the people in your network, your close network, your colleagues, you know, your peers, your professors, you know, maybe your club advisors. So you really want to start networking as well. Job search skills, if you're looking at Handshake and you don't really quite know how to navigate it, we can definitely come in and give you some job search strategies and skills to help you move forward to find that experience that you need or that internship. Also, graduate school applications. Sometimes the next best step is graduate school, because you know you need that higher level credential. So definitely come in and we can help you with the whole graduate school process. And then the last one is attending events like this, coming to career readiness forums and workshops to gain that information and that knowledge. Going to career fairs. Brooke just told us we have a career fair on October 6th. We've got a diversity mixer where you can network with employers on October 5th, Monday and Tuesday. You have an opportunity to put these things into play. And also being aware of Sophomore Swoop and joining these events, because we want to help keep that momentum going from freshman year. That way you have that momentum going all the way up until you graduate and you're successful. So here's a career action plan. So within the career action plan, you started with your major. I know my major. Now you're going to your self-assessment. You're evaluating your interests, your knowledge, your personality, your values, and your abilities. You're looking at that. If you find yourself stuck here, then you need to go to the action. That means you need to meet with a career counselor. Maybe you need to do a career assessment. If you find yourself like, okay, I know who I am, I know my interests, I know my values, I know my personality, I can move next to the next phase, which is career exploration, where I research and identified suitable career options. And if it's no, then you need to start the research or visit our office, and we can help you, show you how to research and find that information. If it's yes, then you're going to move down into that decision-making style, part of it, and really looking at the job targets and connecting who you are and connecting that career exploration and choosing a career path that best suits your major and also best suits you. And then from there, you're going to do that career implementation where you're going to put it into action, where the action is going to come into action, where you're going to see those different things come to life, where you're going to be volunteering, where you're going to be participating in part-time jobs, where you're going to be doing different things to help you move forward and be marketable for that career path when you get ready to graduate. One thing that I really want to stress and allow you to understand is that distractions and procrastinations are real. You know, I myself have gotten distracted. I find myself looking at social media, and the next thing I know, 2 hours have passed by, just being honest, or waiting to the last minute, or I have tomorrow to do it, or I'll do it next week. Don't wait to the last minute to take the time to make a plan for your major. You have declared a major, let's declare a plan. It's a celebration. You're here in college. Take this time to really understand and love your major. If you thoroughly love your major, you're going to do all those things for your major and for yourself to be marketable. And remember, what you feed will grow. If you're going to move forward in this, if this is something that you want to do, if you want to be a doctor, if you want to be a therapist, if you want to be a journalist, if you want to be a historian, if you want to be whatever you want to be, you have to show it love. You have to do that research. You got to know yourself. You got to take time to understand how you make a decision and put all those components together and gain that experience and knowledge to be marketable for that career path. Thank you so much for your attention here. I'm with the Career Success Center. I'm Jessica Lumpkin. Definitely follow us on social media. And then I'm opening up to any questions that you may have about, got a major, now what?
Yes, we don't have any questions in our Q&A at this time or in our chat box, but this is the time to ask Jessica any questions that you might have about your career exploration process, about the next step for you, or any other tips or even about different things that might not have even been covered in this particular presentation as it's pertaining to your career. It's not looking like anything's really coming through, but we'll give it just another moment. Did you have any other last minute tips of advice that you'd like to share with our students, Jessica?
Yes, I definitely highly advise coming to our office and meeting with a career counselor. Brooke put our website in the chat. Go into our chat. We have drop-in hours. Definitely drop in. We can help you tailor your resume to the industry that you're looking for. We can help you develop yourself and who you are and understand who you are thoroughly to move forward and to choosing that next best step for you. So you definitely want to take time to come in and meet with us. My whole job, like I said, is to make sure you're successful. And so let me do my job and help you. Let me help you understand who you are, matching your values, your interests, and your personality to those career targets that you're interested in. And once you do that, that will open up the door of possibilities. Like I said before, I've had numerous students come to me before graduation, and even Brooke can even say after graduation, where we had students come to us and they're looking at us like, what can I do with this major? And I'm like, you can do a lot with it. And it's kind of sad that you're waiting to the day before you graduate to actually figure out what you can do with this major. So definitely take advantage of these tools and resources that we have here. We're here for you. So definitely come in and talk with us.
We did have one question. Jessica, do you only meet with students in the College of Arts and Sciences? I'm in the Brooks College of Health.
So UNF is super unique, which I really like. We have 6 customizable career centers for each college. So the Brooks College of Health has their own career center. However, we don't turn students away. So if you definitely want to come in and talk with us, we have no problem talking to you. But however, each career center is, I guess, more of an expert in their field. So if you're looking for things that's more health related, then definitely the Brooks College of Health Career Center would be more of a suitable path for you. However, if you feel like you want to come talk to us, we can definitely come talk to you as well.
All right. Well, we didn't have any other questions come in, but we would like to thank you all for attending this session today. And thank you, Jessica, for all of that wisdom on career exploration and what the next step is after we declare our major. We thank you so much for coming, and we will be sending an email out to you who attended with a survey link in it, and we'd appreciate any feedback that you have for us on our session. And on that note, I would like to say thank you and have a wonderful day.